So in this part of the problem, we're asked to create a sequence of 3 vertical dominoes arranged in a 2x3 rectangle. Each row needs to have at least one white square, which we've denoted with this shading, and at least one gray square, which we've denoted by leaving a square unshaded. We need to have exactly one type A domino in our arrangement for the first part of the problem. Because type A dominoes consist of 2 gray squares, that means we automatically have at least one gray square in each row. So the only thing we need to consider is how many white squares there are in each row. The only way of getting a white square in the top row is to have one of these type B dominoes. So we need at least one of these type B dominoes. Similarly, the only way of having a white square in the bottom row is to have exactly one of these type B dominoes. So we need at least one of these. We're also forced to use exactly one type A domino. And because we need to use 3 dominoes in total, that means we have to use exactly one of each type B domino as well. In particular, we have 3 distinct dominoes to work with, and we need to arrange these in a 2x3 rectangle. Because there are 3 different dominoes, there's 3 different possibilities for the first domino that we put vertically in our rectangle. Once we've chosen the first domino in our rectangle, there's exactly 2 different possibilities left over for the second domino. So we multiply these together. And once we've chosen the second domino, there's exactly 1 possibility for the last domino in the rectangle. This gives us an answer of 3 times 2 times 1, also known as 3 factorial, which is usually denoted by an exclamation mark. And this gives us an answer of 6. So there are 6 ways of arranging the dominoes using exactly one type A domino. Now, in this part of the problem, we've dropped the restriction that we need exactly one type A domino. And we still want to count how many sequences there are. So as before, there could still be exactly one type A domino. But again, because we need at least one of each type B domino in order to have one white square in each row, there can't be 2 or more type A dominoes, because then there'd be at least 4 dominoes in total, but we only need 3. So the number of dominoes we can have for A is at most 1. In the previous part, we counted how many sequences there are with exactly one type A domino. So now it suffices to just count how many sequences there are with no type A dominoes. If there's no type A dominoes, because we need at least one of each type B, we could have 2 of the first type and 1 of the second type. Or we could have 1 of the first type and 2 of the second type. So in each situation, we have, there is a type B domino which only exists once in our sequence. This type B domino that only exists once in the sequence can be put in any of the 3 vertical slots that we have. So for each possible set of dominoes, there are 3 different ways of arranging them. We could either put this type B domino in the first vertical location, or in the second one, or in the third one. And then the other 2 are forced to be the same type of domino, so there's no freedom there. The same logic goes for when we have 1 of the first and 2 of the second type B dominoes. So there are also 3 ways of doing this. This accounts for all of the ways that there are when we have exactly 0 type A dominoes. Adding together the extra 6 from the first part where we had exactly 1 type A domino gives us a total of 3 plus 3 plus 6, or 12 ways of arranging the dominoes in the desired sequences. In the final part of this problem, we're told that each of the white squares now has a number between 1 and 6 on it. And we want to make sure that the numbers in each row add up to 6. So as before, I've brought up these diagrams where when there is exactly one type A domino, we had 6 possible arrangements. When there's no type A dominoes, we could have 2 of the first type B domino and 1 of the second, and there were 3 such arrangements. Or we could have 2 of the second type B domino and 1 of the first, and again there were 3 such arrangements. When these white squares contain numbers on them, in the first set of possibilities, if the numbers on each row were to add to 6, there's only one choice. Because there's only one white square in each row, these white squares must contain the number 6. So there's no freedom in choosing which numbers we use in the first case. There's only one possibility for each of the 6 arrangements. In this arrangement, again, because there's only one white square in the bottom row, this white square must contain the number 6. However, there's now 2 white squares in the top row. In order for these to add up to 6, there are 5 possibilities. We could have the numbers 1 and 5, 2 and 4, 3 and 3, 4 and 2, or 5 and 1. So in total, there are 5 different possibilities for each arrangement of dominoes in this case. A similar thing holds for the set of dominoes down here. There are 2 white squares in the bottom row, so there's 5 possibilities for how we can put the numbers in them. And there's only 1 white square in the top row, so that one's forced to be a number 6. So we also get, for each arrangement here, 5 ways of putting the numbers in. Which gives us a total 6 plus 15 plus 15 of 36 ways of putting the numbers in.